So today I'm going to be judging a politician's recent trades. This is a lighthearted video. Just sit back, relax, and I hope that you guys enjoy. Let's go ahead and get right to it. I've never made a video like this, and if you guys like it, all I ask you to do is drop a thumbs up, subscribe, and maybe share some thoughts down in the comment section. With that being said, this is based off of our most recent newsletter. I send out a free newsletter every single Monday, letting our followers know what politician is trading, right? The different politicians, Nancy Pelosi obviously being one of the most notorious ones out there. But as you guys can see, there is a very common trader in just the past 7 days. These are just some of the few stocks that she ended up buying in just the past week. The really cool thing about her, at least in comparison to other politicians, is that right? Politicians just have to report to the SEC within 45 days of when they take the trade. And a lot of politicians like Nancy Pelosi like to wait nearly 30 days, right? They like to give updates or make the SEC aware weeks after. Major retailer is honestly like 2-3 days after she takes the trade, she files. And I think that's pretty, straightforward. Dell, Applied Materials, Duke, and Corning. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. If you guys do want to subscribe to our free weekly newsletter, it's going to be the first link in the description down below. We call it the Trade Tracker email, Politician Trade Tracker. Just enter in your contact info and you'll receive a weekly newsletter every single Monday right around 1 p.m. With that being said, the first one is going to be Applied Materials. Based off of, again, I like to trade reversals and I really like this setup. So she's focusing on a stock that's showing signs of higher highs and higher lows. This is just, again, a technical analysis, not a fundamental analysis. So on the day chart, I feel like, again, it makes complete sense on this retracement has presented a pretty nice dip buy opportunity where it's still trading above the moving average. It's not like she's buying a stock that's consistently selling off. It's recently had some downturn and it's been showing signs of a potential support. Based off of our trade tracker, it looks like she purchased this. The date was July 23rd. So if I look at the exact date, July 23rd would be roughly right around this general area. So it looks like she might be down a bit, but got in right around $220 per share. With that being said, it is showing signs of support. And based off of her average purchase price of right around, that 220, it offers, based off of previous highs, a 21% ROI if it actually ends up making a recovery. With that being said, it's still trading below the EMA line. It's still trading below the moving average. This is kind of an early buy, in my opinion, but obviously she probably knows a lot more of the company fundamentally and hopefully not anything insider trading wise. But overall, it makes sense. It recently sold off. It presented a nice dip buy opportunity, and this is a very common practice for a lot of long-term investors. It's anytime that there is any kind of downturn and the stock or the overall industry is still bullish, they take advantage of those lower prices and make money on the recovery. To my understanding, this is a stock that she's purchased in the past before, so she's just doubling down and adding a little bit more to it. The next stock that we're going to be talking about is Dell. This is Dell Technologies. A lot of you guys must be familiar with it. Also a very similar setup. It's a strong ascending uptrend pattern based off of at least the recent setup for 2023 all the way up to 2024. We hit highs of 179 and has recently pulled on back, testing new lows. Now it's not indicating any signs of a recovery, so it is a pretty early buy. If we're talking about following the textbook setup of the 3 stages of a reversal like we talk about in LPP, we're still kind of in that rejection or consolidation phase. So she definitely does not have confirmation of a reversal or showing signs of progress on the upside. So I would say that this is a little bit more of an early buy, but I understand it, right? It's Dell. She's probably not too focused on getting it at the best price point. My only concern here is, again, the cheap can always get cheaper. So by not waiting for confirmation, if this does continue to sell off, and it breaks below the moving average, then there's a lot of downside potential for potential risk, 64 to 65%. But best case scenario, right, if this thing does go according to her plan based off of previous highs and her current price point, 57% ROI. So I really like this pick. I would say that this is a stock worth watching, but just because we don't have confirmation of that reversal and still no progress above that EMA on the 4-hour time frame, I would say that I would just be adding it to my watch list and setting alerts instead of buying early when there's no confirmation of that, just to manage and mitigate risk. The next one that she ended up taking, this was on also July 3rd. This is Duke Energy. So again, a very, very active trader. Hopefully she has time to be a politician. With that being said, Duke Energy, ticker symbol DUK, very bullish, very overbought. So again, maybe she knows something about this that I don't, but based off of this, just on the straight technical analysis, we could see that it's extremely overbought. So quite the opposite of the approach from Dell and Applied Materials, right? When it came down to this approach, she was doing dip buy opportunities. When it came down to Dell, a dip buy opportunity. When it comes down to Duke, we're literally buying at all-time highs. And the thing that you can tell about Duke and its volatility is that it does a really good job rallying, but then corrects itself. A really good job rallying and correcting itself. So based off of recent patterns, it wouldn't be much of a surprise if it, based off previous patterns, ends up correcting itself. With that being said, maybe she knows something that we don't, that if all of a sudden this thing begins to really skyrocket, it is going to begin to raise some red flags for her. But with that being said, again, maybe she just did her own fundamental analysis and figured out that she wanted to invest in this company long term. So the last one that what I quickly want to talk about is going to be Corning, and that is going to be ticker symbol GLW. This is also not necessarily my favorite pick that she had based off of, recent patterns. If I'm not mistaken, she actually purchased, it had to be July 23rd. So July 23rd, that means that she actually got in, let me figure out the exact price. July 23rd, that would have been right around $44 per share. So from that purchase, from 723, the stock is currently down about 9%. I mean, again, it's not rocket science. If you look at this on the day chart, you can see that it's extremely overbought within a short period of time. If you look at this on the 4-hour, it was very overbought within a short period of time, and it showed that it had potential downturn. So this pullback does not surprise me by any means, and I think it could actually go lower for longer. It became very overbought within a short period of time, so I think anything that goes up this quick tends to correct itself. So until it begins to actually show signs of a support and begins to form that reversal, then it could make sense to potentially want to go long. But until then, I would say that this would be more of a sell for me than an actual buy. But again, she could have done her own fundamental analysis. She knows something about the company or what's to come, and that's why she wanted to invest in it long term. Overall, I would say my overall favorite out of the two would have to be either Dell Technologies, based off of the ROI potential and the previous performance, but as well as Applied Material. Applied Material is showing a little bit more signs of that reversal setup already. So it looks like it's already going more according to plan than Dell is. Dell is still more of an active sell-off. So out of all of them, I would say that AMAT would be my favorite out of the four, based off of it's showing more signs of consolidation. Not yet confirmation, but very early signs of a potential reversal. And again, we talk about this all the time. I love trading reversals. We have a concept that we cover of about 3 stages of a reversal: the rejection, consolidation, and confirmation stage. If you ever want to learn more about it, not only do I talk about it during my live trading sessions that I host every single day, but I also talk about it within our LPP lesson library that's designed for complete beginners. So if you want to learn more about that, that's going to be the second link in the description down below. If you want to subscribe to our free Politician Trade Tracker newsletter, it's going to be the first link in the description down below. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about this. I'd love to do it in future videos. Again, it's a lighthearted video, not actually criticizing her trades. Everyone's entitled to investing in whatever it is that they want to. I just thought that I could critique what politicians are doing or investing in when it comes down to the trades that they're taking. So I hope that earned your thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.